G'day. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We've got a 2010 four-wheel drive Triton and we've got a rattle in the front end. So what we need to do is replace the bushing that's in there. A little bit hard to see, I can't get the camera close enough to see the cracked rubber, but that's the one we've got to get access to. Here's one that we took off the other side. You can see the rubbers, that little sleeve should be in the middle of the rubber, so it's collapsed down to one side, torn away. To start with, we're just going to put a support jack there, and important to leave yourself enough room so this whole control arm can come down a little bit if needed. There we go, so it's just there, it's not pushing anything or anything like that. And to start with, we're going to remove, on the underside of the control arm there is a little plate, so 12mm, there's two bolts there, take them off. This bolt here, that also is connected to that shock absorber, so we'll take that off, 12mm. We need to loosen the brake line. There's a little clip there, a spring steel clip, you just push that off with the screwdriver. Just need to tap it off there, and that little step, the hammer. We'll pull that brake line through there, just pull it out. Now, can't pull it out, so that's where the jack comes in handy. We've got to jack that up a little bit. Yeah, stop there for a sec. Just need to get it enough just so you can slide that brake hose out. No, got to go up a bit more. Just can't get it out, so what we'll do is we'll knock that clip off there, and hopefully that'll allow the brake line to come through just so we can slide it out of that. And there we go, just got that hose off. We'll lower the jack now because we don't need the tension on there. Take these three off, 12mm. Okay, that's free, and this whole disc and brake section can sort of move left and right. Now we're going to take these off, these two big bolts, and just move that upper control arm out. 19mm. Okay, now we've got access to that whole shock absorber. We've got these three bolts or nuts on the top there, and this big bolt holding the bottom, and then we can pull that whole thing out. 19mm. If this doesn't come out easily, it means there's tension on it, and to save ruining the thread, just loosen these off and then you'll be able to jiggle it and that'll come out a lot easier then. If you try and do it while it's under tension, you can damage the thread on that bolt. 14mm, the nuts. So we've got all the nuts off, we've got that out, we've still got to take this bolt out. You can give it a bit of a jiggle. And that nut should come out, or that bolt. And now we should be able to just be careful that you don't pull the CV joint out, but you can lever on this. We've taken the jack down and you can just push this whole thing down a little bit and it should just come out. And there's the buggered bush. You can see it's all cracked and broken. Okay, we're in the press. There's the new bushing we've got to put in, but first we've got to take out the old one. We've got this little sleeve that you've got to have a space where the old bush is going to go through, and I've just machined this bit of scrap metal just so we can drive it out. You've got to make sure the outer side, the outer diameter of this driver is slightly smaller than your bushing. Get it nice and central. There we go. Driver out. There's the old buggered bush. Just make sure the chamfer's, at least the chamfer that where you're going to be pushing it in from, is clean. You don't want to be pushing dirt and muck in there. Now this driver, I've machined the inside of it out a little bit, just so it goes over that rubber like that. Just so it doesn't push the rubber out of the sleeve. And we just go until that sleeve is flush with the outside of that shock absorber. About it there. Just needs to go a tiny little bit more. And that looks like it's flush now. Flush on that side, flush on that side. Now we just use some of this stuff, installation grease, and you need to put that on the pin before you put it in. That pin, you can grind a slight little chamfer there just so it doesn't damage that urethane bush. It'll make it go in a little bit easier. You can either press that in with a vise or with your press as well. Got the grease in, you should be able to just slide it in. On these Super Pro bushes, there is a little step in there, so you've got to get over that step. There we go, ready to be put back in. Before you put it in, make sure you've got no road dirt where the rubber mounting surfaces are. Just make sure that's all clean. You can wire brush it, clean it out. Same as this one down here. Okay, we put the top in first. We've got to tuck the bottom bit in there. Put the top in. Put a couple of nuts on there just to hold it from falling out. And we grab the bolt. You might have to just push down on the rotor a little bit just to get that through. Need to line this up. Just so we can put these 3 bolts back in. You might have to just align that. I can't hold the... All the bolts are in just a little bit. Now we can tighten it up just evenly. Brake line back in. The little spring steel clip goes in the slot, same as this one up here. Bracket bolts back on. Just break it back on, and now we're going to leave the jack up like this. You can see the wheels pretty much where it should be, and then you can tighten up all these big bolts tight. It's better to tighten them up where the car usually sits so the rubber isn't under tension. If it's under tension, it's going to wear out prematurely. Anyway, good idea to just make sure you've tightened everything up, double check it. Hope that helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions or suggestions in the section below. Thank you for watching.